What's going on, y'all? Craft Christian here with my first review in some time. I'll be honest, I was getting a little burnt out on doing these. They're fun, but I don't know, I just need a little bit of break and just wanted to enjoy the beers on my own. Maybe that's a little selfish. I don't know, but I wanted to do one today. It's a beautiful day. I've got my trusty motorcycle Thumper in the background. We just went out and ran some errands, and it's just a beautiful day, second day of the new year, and I have here a beer that I've had once before recently with family. This is the Jester King Texas Melons. I can see the sun's not going to make that super easy to read with the colors of this label, but this is a farmhouse ale. I love farmhouse ales. I love Jester King's farmhouse ales. I'll tell you more why. Farmhouse ale re-fermented with Texas summer melons. I can be specific. I'll get to more of this later, but those are several types of melon. Watermelons, Casaba melons, Santa Claus melons, whatever the heck those are, and Sugar Kiss melons. So, you can kind of guess with a Jester King fruit fermented ale that you're going to get kind of undertones, or maybe you call them overtones, hints, strong hints, but just hints nonetheless of those fruits. It's not an in-your-face, like if you've had the Lindemann's Framboise, where just like you feel like you're drinking raspberry-flavored syrup, and that's got its own place, but this is a much more subtle affair. What you're going to get more of is the classic Jester King farmhouse ale taste, which is a little hard to put into words, but is kind of refreshing, not bitter, but not sweet either, a little funky, not crazy funky, tart, but not real sour. It's a refreshing, lighter alcohol. This one's at 5.8%. This is a very strong, in my experience, for this kind of beer by Jester King. I'm used to seeing them more at like 4.3%. And to tell the truth, I already wish this one was lower. Like I said, I've had this twice, and if it was my ideal, it would be under 5%, even 4.5%. Why? Why? Because farmhouse ale to me is an ale to drink while you're laboring, while you're doing some kind of work, while the sun is still up. This is not a late night drinking beer, and plus I am, judge me if you must, but I'm going to be finishing this whole thing myself for the rest of the day. It's, mid-afternoon, and I've got plenty of work to do. I don't want to be messed up. I don't want to be drunk. I want to get a nice, light little buzz with a refreshing alcoholic beverage, and so I wish they had lowered the alcohol a little bit on that, but it's still, it's not so high that we're talking double IPA levels or anything. So you've got your classic Jester King bottle cap. Of course, Jester King is located in Austin, Texas. They are considered a world-class brewery. They're top tier. They're not for everyone, but very few people are going to hate what they're doing. A lot of people are going to feel like, okay, I see what's going on. That's not for me. Personally, I love them. Although I will criticize slightly after having a ton of these farmhouse ales. They all have a certain similar characteristic. They're not like massively different from each other. But then again, they make dozens and dozens of beers. They don't just do farmhouse. They do all sorts of stuff. And try anything by Jester King, and it's going to be a good example of whatever they're making. They're just pros, top tier, and probably Austin's most prestigious brewery. They're in the Hill Country. I'm planning to go there soon to visit and get some of their food too. So they've got this, as always, kind of a grotesque, sort of strange label. This is not their weirdest one ever, but it seems to feature someone in a sort of lotus or yoga pose. Their arms and legs are very hairy, kind of strangely illustrated, like almost looks like cactus hairs on them. They're embracing the sun. They're kind of curled around with a bunch of melons and flowers. It's very cool. It can be kind of love it or hate it design. I think it's pretty weird looking, but I like it. It's always feels like you're getting another Jester King. This one is batch number 1 of this style. It was brewed in October 2020 and is now the second day of the new year 2021. They've got their classic strange word salady, slightly poetic text. It's like flavor text from the old magic cards. I'm gonna read it to you. It says, "Here bumbles the bee, kissing flowers on spiked vines, basked in summer sun, gold encased in orbic fruits, so that we may taste her season now in memory." Well, that's kind of interesting, actually, because if this was bottled in October, that's exactly what this would have been. A summer melons bottled in the middle of fall, beginning of fall, and now it's early winter. It's freaking Texas, of course, so winter is the same as summer in a lot of other places around the world, so it's still sort of a fitting ale, I should say. They have their typical text describing Jester King, which I'll just read here. They always put this on their bottles. It says, Jester King is a brewery, kitchen, farm, event hall, and inn. Didn't know they had an inn. Located in the beautiful Texas Hill Country on the outskirts of Austin. We brew what we like, drink what we want, and offer the rest to those who share our tastes. 2020 Farmhouse Ale with Texas Summer Melons, ABV 5.8%. I love how they then give the ingredients very clearly listed and shows how simple their ales are. Even this one, which has a variety of ingredients, it's not hard for them to expose everything that's in the beer. So ingredients: Texas Hill Country well water, malted barley, malted wheat, watermelons, Casaba melons, Santa Claus melons, sugar kiss melons, organic pearl hops, mixed culture of brewer's yeast, and native yeast and bacteria. So they're very big on sourcing what they can from the area. They're always known for using their kind of in-house yeast. Notes: Farmhouse Ale with Texas Summer Melons seeks to express and preserve the savory, decadent, and highly aromatic character of Texas melons in a way that only wild fermentation with native yeast can do. Unfiltered, unpasteurized, and 100% naturally conditioned. Brewed and bottled in Austin, Texas by Jester King Brewery. So, that's a lot to say that I've told you why I like Jester King, why I like their farmhouse ales, and what we're getting into with this bottle. So I'm going to crack it open. I'm going to do a quick pour. As always, I'm going to take a couple pictures for my Instagram. Haven't done that in a little while. I feel guilty. Instagram at Craft Christian Reviews. Go find me over there. I actually like what I'm doing over there just as much as I like making these videos. And so go find me on Instagram at Craft Christian Reviews. Let's crack it open, pour it, and nice little mist, slight little mist coming off. Pour it, and then I'm going to go get my pictures. Nice, pale, golden sort of color. Nice, cloudy white head. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to get some pictures. You can tell I'm slightly out of practice because I ran off before I forgot to pause the video. It smells very beery. Like, honestly, it's kind of it's not like a cheap beer smell, but it very much smells like beer. And then it's got kind of this funky, farmhousey overtone to it. The head has persisted quite a while. And I'm showing off a new mug that I got from my girlfriend for Christmas. Of course, the Mandalorian, the Razor Crest ship here, and I don't know what those creatures are called. Every time I see them, I want to call them banthas. I know they're not. There's a little baby Yoda, and if you look real closely, these characters, including the Mandalorian and Yoda, are wearing little tin hats, tin Man hats, like the funnels, which is a reference to Tin Man filling station. I'm not familiar with what this is, by the way. I'll have to do some research, but I said my girlfriend got it. I think she said that's the name of the bar, or perhaps the brewery. Anyways, it's a very distinctive and pungent smell to it. You don't really smell the melons unless you're really looking for it. There's almost a cantaloupe hint. But what you really smell is kind of the smell of a beer. Interesting. Okay, so let's give it a taste. It's more sour than I remember. The melons are definitely... Oh, yeah. Yeah, they really taste like more of the cantaloupe side of melons. I don't get a whole lot of watermelon. It's nice. It lingers. And I like how the flavors mingle. There's like sour, there's like a sour beer taste. And I mean, like, there's like a tartness, and then there's like a sour beer taste. And there's some funkiness, and then there's the cantaloupe, which is actually pretty... I don't know if they actually used cantaloupe. That's what I keep calling it. The sugar kiss melons, or the Casaba melons, or whatever the heck they are. They taste like a melon to me. It's pretty good. So, I'm going to start wrapping this one up. I wanted to keep it real simple and kind of short to get me back in the mode of doing these after taking a bit of a break, but it's not my #1 favorite Jester King of all time. It's funny that I got 2 of them because it's not cheap at about $20 a bottle. I think that speaks to the amount of care they put into it, or it could just be that they're ripping me off. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm ripped off. I just think they make their ale with a lot of attention to detail. If I had to pick my #1 favorite ever, I think it's still the Bug Farm, which is a farmhouse ale that also has, I think, some watermelon in it. It's been a little while. I'd have to double check. But it's a little lighter, a little more refreshing. This one's maybe a little tiny bit too sour for what I'm looking for today. And a tiny bit too high ABV. But it's a good beer. I don't think you can go wrong with it. So give it a try. I'm always in favor of trying out Jester King stuff. I will stand by them till the day I die or till the day they change what they're doing. Love them. And go find me on Instagram, like I said, at Craft Christian Reviews. If you like this kind of content, leave me a like, give me a subscribe, and let me know if you have any other ideas for videos you want to see, if you've had any other Jester Kings you liked, if you have tried this ale, if you have any thoughts on it, anything that comes to mind. Hope you're enjoying your new year. I think it's going to be a really, really good one. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.